What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Ultima Gaming. We have survived our very first episode, Jesse.
I can't believe we did.
I can't believe it either, but we somehow made it to week 2. We've got some cool games going on this week. Jesse, what's the first thing we're going to be showing today?
First up is Akibas Trip for the PS3 and PS Vita. Is it worth your money? Find out later in the show.
After that, we're going to be taking a look at the newest installment to the One Piece Unlimited series, Unlimited World Red. Find out what we thought later in our review.
So what happened to your shirt?
My shirt? What happened to Jesse?
Who's Jesse?
So Jesse, you know the best type of video games?
What?
The ones that include Japanese girls fighting vampires and taking their clothes off.
Yes, sounds perfect.
What could possibly go wrong? Find out in our review of Akibas Trip. If you've ever wanted to take a virtual tour of Tokyo's Akihabara district, then Akibas Trip Undead and Undressed is the game for you. Keeping in tradition with every fun Japanese-influenced game, players will fight vampires and zombies in over-the-top, flashy role-playing action. However, that's not the first thing I noticed. What really stands out to me in this game is the amount of detail that went into recreating the Akihabara, or Akiba for short, district. The game puts players straight into Akiba, where they must fight vampires who don't suck blood, but rather the will to live out of citizens. It's up to the player to expose these pesky vampires, known as synthesters, to sunlight in order to kill them. And oh, did I mention that their clothes protect them from the sun? Yes, in order to effectively kill these vampires, players must remove their clothes, forcefully of course, by beating them senseless. Yep, it's one of those games. The story behind Akibas Trip centers around a young man named Nanashi who was tricked and transformed into a synthester. After being rescued by a mysterious synthester hunter named Shizuku, Nanashi swears to rid Akiba of the vampire menace once and for all. Together with Shizuku and other allies met along the way, Nanashi forms the Akiba Freedom Fighters, and together they join forces to take down the synthesters. The game does have some variety by allowing most any object to be used as a weapon. Everyday objects such as baseball bats, comic books, and even computer motherboards can all be used to take down the synthesters. Players can also take the clothing off of synthesters and use them for personal use as well. Players identify vampires through the use of a smartphone app, in-game of course, and proceed to beat the living crap out of them. No pun intended. While the premise of Akibas Trip may be strange to some, it still can be a fun experience. One major disappointment of the game was showing the players the beautiful Akiba district and not allowing the free roaming of the area. It's a very big tease and almost feels like an insult to have this grand area to explore, but not be able to. This game is also something you should avoid if you're looking for something with a more serious tone or story. The game doesn't offer much for the hardcore audience, but is something that fans of anime or Japanese culture might enjoy. Either way, the gameplay is still fun, and beating up vampires and ripping off their clothes has never felt better. With that in mind, we give Akibas Trip a 3 out of 5. So Jesse, do you like pirates?
Yes, I do.
Do you like anime?
Yes, I do.
And I have a game for you. Check out our review of One Piece Unlimited World Red. Set sail for One Piece. Wait, this show is still a thing? Alright, whatever. Yes, believe it or not, One Piece, a popular manga/anime series, has been consecutively running since 1996, and with its enormous popularity, it doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. One Piece Unlimited World Red is actually the 36th video game based on the series, and is the 5th title in the Unlimited subseries. Now I'll admit, it was a little tough for me to review this game, seeing as I haven't seen the anime in a long time, so I was unfamiliar with the majority of the content going in. However, keep in mind that this review is only reflecting my opinion of this specific game, and not the series as a whole. You can almost say this is a review from someone unfamiliar with One Piece, which I believe provides an interesting perspective. The story for Unlimited World Red can be a bit intimidating for someone not up to speed with the series. The situation and characters involved can be confusing since newcomers can only make assumptions as the game begins. However, as the game progresses, players will start to gain a better understanding of the world and come to realize at the end of the day, it's all about saving your friends, beating the bad guy, rebuilding a town, and enjoy some minigames along the way. The game starts you out in a place known as Transtown. This town is perhaps Unlimited World Red's saving grace. Transtown is the perfect little hub world for you to take a breather and stock up on supplies for your adventure before you head out into new levels. Visiting Transtown is the perfect way to break up the slow pace of constant fighting and prevents the game from becoming too repetitive. The fighting in Unlimited World Red is reminiscent of Dynasty Warriors. Players will run around facing multiple enemies at a time. Characters have their own unique moves and skills, however, for the most part, it's safe to say keep pressing square to win. A majority of missions will allow for a player-controlled character as well as 2 computer-controlled allies. Players can quickly swap between the character they wish to play as with the press of the select button. Controls are smooth and the game is easy to pick up and play. No prior experience required. Fans of the One Piece anime will certainly have something to look forward to, as each character is beautifully animated and their personalities really do shine within the game. Fans of the Japanese voice actors will be in luck, as they handle all voice acting in the game as well. The game is certainly a beautiful one to look at, and even handles the huge amount of characters on screen at once very well. Frame rate dropping was never an issue here, something that has plagued other Dynasty Warrior type games in the past. Overall, One Piece Unlimited World Red is a joy to play whether you are a hardcore anime fan or someone just looking to beat up some baddies. While the game does suffer a bit from repetitive gameplay, it's something that can't be helped when its main mechanic is all about bashing some heads and having some fun. We give One Piece Unlimited World Red a 4 out of 5. So that concludes our show tonight. I understand it was a little bit shorter, but it was a bit of a slow week in terms of gaming. So next week we hope to have a lot of new and exciting stuff for you guys to see. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.